Guten Yardening. When we started gardening in our yard just over 5 years ago, we didn't really have a plan or a goal in mind. We just knew we wanted to grow a few things to have around the house. So our first plot was 3 feet by 3 feet, 9 square feet to grow maybe 2 or 3 plants in. It wasn't that beneficial to us, but we didn't have a vision as to what we really wanted as an outcome. Now, 5 years later, our mission is to be able to have food security. We've realized not only is the taste better, the freshness better, the quality control easier to monitor, but now we have a healthier, closer to you food that we enjoy consuming so much more. There's a lot of reward that comes from having your own garden, even in the smallest of plots of ground. So we have less than a quarter of an acre, and that's a challenge in many ways. We don't have a big space where we could have a traditional style garden. Instead, what we've had to do is become creative and innovative and come up with solutions that fit our property specifically. And what makes our yard different from yours? Well, probably not a lot. We deal with the same kinds of critters. We have our own set of groundhogs, raccoons, rabbits, birds, chipmunks, all animals that enjoy eating just as much as we do, and would come in and steal our food if we let them have the opportunity. 2 years ago, a raccoon came in and ate every single ear of corn that was left just as it ripened, and we got a total of 3 before that happened. That was a pretty tough year. So part of our learning process has been figuring out how do we stop the animals in a nice, humane way from eating our food and maximizing our crop at the same time. Well, we've gone from live trapping to fencing, and in general, we've become pretty successful at keeping those animals out. They still come in and get our Swiss chard from time to time, though. Part of the variety of solutions that we've come up with to make things fit in our yard include raised beds of different sizes and shapes, taking 50-gallon plastic drums of food-safe plastic, cutting them in half long way and half sideways, and large basket kind of containers, storage bins, any number of items and solutions to make sure that we can actually grow in a variety of ways. Sometimes we have success with a crop, and sometimes we don't. And part of that is a learned experience. Sometimes it has to do with where we put things, and we don't put them there again in the next year. Sometimes it has to do with the spacing. And as we go through this process, we realize there's a lot that we don't know, and there's a lot that we can actually learn. Our goal overall, though, is to make enough food so that whenever we need something from the house, we don't have to run to the store. We can come out and get it fresh. Whenever we want some kale for a smoothie, in the morning, come out, pick some. It's perfectly fresh, it's organic, and it's great flavor, especially in comparison to anything you'd find at the store. If we want a salad, it's there for the picking. And as the season goes on, if we want fresh tomatoes, if we want to make spaghetti, we can do all of this from the comfort of our home without heading out anywhere. So in the end, we're saving money and we're intaking items and food that is much healthier for us. Part of the process, the learning process for us, has been making sure that we actually keep record of what we do. We found that sometimes if we don't keep record of dates and harvest times and harvest ranges, not only are we forgetting and planting too late or trying to plant too early, but we're not able to actually maximize the growth potential in our gardens. If you can plan out what you have in mind, then you can keep food in the garden growing for as long as your season lasts. Walking outside your house in the morning and looking around and seeing all of the different greenery and different colors of what you're growing is unmistakably beautiful and wonderful. Watching the plants grow is fascinating, enjoyable, and beyond that, harvesting what you have put into the ground, having that tangible product of what you started and that comes to an end is so rewarding. And so, if you add all those pieces together, in addition to the food security piece, which this kind of work can guarantee for you, you're going to be much happier and you're going to enjoy the experience regardless of where you live. We're on less than a quarter acre of land, including our house. So we don't have a ton of space, but what space we do have, we're making the most of it, and it's going to benefit us for years to come. It's a learning experience and a great journey, and we hope you'll join us along the way. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. And remember, when you're with us, you're good to grow.